Whole Story Quest Audiobooks presents The Story Behind by Emily Prokop, narrated by Emily Prokop. To Layla and Cameron, may you always remain as curious as you are now about the world around you. Introduction. Call it curiosity, call it distraction, call it ADHD, but I've always found it difficult not to wonder about the history of the things around me. When I got the internet in my teenage years, a whole new world opened up. Sure, I had the library before, but I wanted answers to my questions, and I wanted them now. You may be listening to this book and wondering if you might feel the same way. Maybe you don't consider yourself a fan of history. I know I never did, aside from the few history teachers in high school who found a way to make it interesting. I was never good at remembering dates or even locations. I should probably list our Google Home as a co-author for answering me all those times I had to check the years of a particular battle or era. But what did stick in my head was trivia, details that made history fun and exciting to me. While I'm no expert, I did love talking about the trivia I learned. Usually during dinner party conversations when my socially awkward self couldn't hold back the latest new piece of information I'd learned or some fascinating anecdote I'd come across. Luckily, podcasting existed, so I got to spout off all the random trivia that had been swirling in my brain for years into my show, The Story Behind. Every week, I seemed to stumble across something new and want to share it with people, or I would choose something as simple as a paperclip and seemingly out of nowhere find myself in a Google rabbit hole investigating its origins. Some of the research in The Story Behind may seem a bit scattered, but that's because not everything has the very basic story we're familiar with of white guy invents this, makes millions. I like looking at the thought process the inventors may have had, or even how things were before their inventions. Many times there are objects that are impossible to really find the history of, but the theories and educated guesses are just as fun to talk about, and so I included a few. Millennials/Gen Xers like me, apparently I'm part of a micro-generation known as Generation Oregon Trail, may feel like we're living in quite possibly the worst timeline, where the economy is uncertain, politicians are lying to us, and it seems radical groups are running amok and gaining notoriety in the process. Sometimes researching episodes of The Story Behind helps me keep in perspective all the advances in technology and how inventions like those mentioned in the book have made our lives better. So let's dive into The Story Behind. P.S. I won't be offended if you read or listen in the bathroom.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?